Hello, everybody. Welcome. I was just sitting here measuring something, one of these dies, and I can't really see. All right. 2 and almost 7/8. Okay. I was wondering how big the biggest circle in here is. So, welcome. Hello. Let's get back over to comments. I saw Cindy and Penny were here. Lisa's here. Awesome. Jamie. Debbie, awesome. Okay, we got 6 eyeballs. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. A couple things that I want to chat about. I only have 3 things to make tonight because I knew I had a lot to talk about. I mean, it's not a lot, but whatevs. So, plus I've already used this for some of my Christmas card, like my 12 weeks of Christmas. Hey, Karen. Which I barely made it last week, right? Hi, Wendy. So late Sunday, it was like midnight when I was posting, but I made it. So that was what, week 7, I think, or 8. Yeah, that was week 7. So I'm more than halfway through it. Awesome. And I'm getting, 4 cards done a week. So pretty sweet. Okay, so welcome everybody. Toni Stamps, my channel. Welcome. Subscribe, share, hearts, all the things. Awesome. Sue's here. Yay. Um, First off, my November tutorial, I've had it designed and sketched out, and I have not had time yet to get it done. So that is on the agenda for this weekend. Because when I started that in January, any orders that you place, I send you a card for my stash, and I send you the tutorial that I change every month. Hey, Gail. So this one is specifically holiday tags, and I like them. I like to make the jumbo ones, so like 3x6. That's all the size of these ones. So I will have that out. So everybody, I appreciate your patience, and I'll get those out to the people that I need to on Sunday. The next thing is my Wreaths Across America. So far, ooh, actually, and I made a banner for that. So I've done this. This is the 6th year now that I'm sponsoring. So I've got this link. I updated the description of the video. So that has the link directly in it, and that goes to the group that I have created with the Crownsville Veterans Cemetery here in Maryland. So that link stays good all the time. So not just in November. So like all year long. So you can sponsor Reese anytime you want, but I really push for it in November because this is like the last, we have to have the orders in by like December 3rd or something. So I've got a whole blog post that I will share again, but that is also pinned to the top of my ToniStamps demonstrator Facebook page. But what most of you have been doing is going directly to the Wreaths Across America. And I appreciate that. So my goal is to get 100 wreaths. So that's that. So I'll leave that up for a little bit. Why not? So let's go back. I didn't miss anything. All right. So Wreaths Across America. Yep, that is for November. Oh, and the other thing is, so like all my sales for November, I donate 25% of, the net total or whatever. So like say it's $1,000, I donate $250. That's 25%. But then me personally, I double that. So I would actually buy $500 worth of wreaths. So you help either way, whether you sponsor them directly, which is like, pretty easy, or by purchasing. So either way. So as demonstrators, we got to sneak peek at the January through April catalog yesterday. I think it was yesterday. So this is where we'll see like some Valentine stuff, some Easter stuff. They do have a new Easter bundle. Spring stuff. There's actually a greeting set that I really like that I'm gonna get. Like I usually don't like too many of the stamps anymore. Like I hate to say it, but because I've just got so many over the years. But this one I'm actually excited about. So paper share, I will have more information about that. I think we get to look at the January online exclusive stuff next week on the 18th. So I'll take a look at those, and that's when I'll know, like, am I going to do both in the paper share? because I did that for September. I did the paper share with September through December papers. And hey, Gloria, they do look a lot alike of a lot of stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with the stamps, though. Like, and even other stamp companies, like, except for Unity, like, they do like a lot of fresh stuff. But Penny, did I send email regarding the wreaths? I don't know if I've done that yet. I think I'm behind on a lot of things. So I'll try to look at that this weekend too. I may not have, because I would have put that in my November email. Hey, Carol Martin. Um, and that's a good reminder because I don't think I ever got that out. Yeah. All right. So I got to do that. But yeah, the stamps, they recycle like themes and all that. But sometimes I like the fonts, like for the words. So anyway, so next week I will know whether I'm going to include the January online exclusive papers, and it all matters like if I like them enough, right? Because I get the paper share too. I always want one for myself. So more on that next week. Um, and then let's talk about the scrapbook class that I wanted to have. So I got the Keeping Traditions scrapbook workshop kit, the matching two-tone cardstock, the embellishments, 2 different ribbons, the mini album. It's like a 6x8 album, a pack of the protectors, and something else. I can't remember. So I wanted to put like an exclusive class together for that. And hey, Marlene, I spent too much time looking into that. Like, it's a whole big thing for delivering digital products, right? So you're gonna have to have a site. Like, I could do it on my blog and then, use PayPal, but then there's like I would either have to email everybody that buys it individually. And some people are like, I want it right now. And I can't always do it right now when I'm at work. So I had to look into something that would be automated. And then there's, some cost more than others. And I'm like, for one class that I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Uh, so I'm not doing that part of it. I'm just gonna have it as a free weekly class, and I'm gonna do that next week. But it is gonna take me at least 2 sessions. So next Thursday will be the first part one of that, right? And I'm gonna call it the Keeping Traditions scrapbook class. So I'm using the scrapbook workshop kit, but not as they planned. So I'm gonna make pages, extra pages, cool stuff for the album. If you like it, you can buy the stuff from me. That would be great. If you're a demonstrator, buy it from yourself. That's awesome. I'm not going to have a tutorial per se because that's like a lot of work. But I will probably do at least a blog post that has like the pages, like measurements of stuff, like at least the base pages. Like, we'll see how that goes. But that'll be next week, and then so Thursday, and then probably like Sunday evening, 6ish or something, like right around when Dave leaves for work. And then if I need another session, because it may take more than two, I'll just have to plan it, see how it goes, right? So that will be next week. Now, let's talk about Ornamental Christmas. I liked this one. Oh, oops, remove from stage. No. All right, we got to do down and then this one. All right. So, Ornamental Christmas. I love this because I do still like the red rubber stamps, which reminds me, all the red rubber stamps that are in the the September through December catalog. These are all going to be on the last chance list starting December 1st, I think, maybe the 6th. I'm not sure. Early December. And that's because they're Stampin' Up is getting rid of all their red rubber stamps. Um, so this one is going. Of course, the Gathering Moments one that I got, that's going. They are also the ones that are in the catalog currently. I think all red rubber is going on December 1st. And then like once they run out, they run out. I will have to double check, but I know for sure the ones in the mini are going to be on the last chance list. So this may go on sale December 1st. I'm not sure. But I really like the retro but kind of modern look of this. I guess I should say modern, not retro. This tree reminds me of retro, like the old silver Christmas trees. But these dies are kind of modern. So this is what we're using tonight. We're using some of the Modern Christmas paper. That's what this one's called, right? Yep, Modern Christmas. I love all the black and gold. I really like that. And I'm going to use one of these greetings, probably the gold one, but we'll see on one of the cards. So first thing, and I want to show you, hopefully these will be different ideas. Yeah, Penny's going to Phoenix for 3 weeks. How awesome. Hopefully all the airports and flights and everything will be back on track by then. Um, so, I like different, like non-traditional colors for Christmas stuff. So what I've done for this one is die cut a bunch of pieces. I've got, and I will have my blog updated, I'm going to say by Sunday for all these projects. Let me scoot this up a little bit so it's above that banner. So I am using Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. So Highland Heather, 5.5 by 8.5. And we scored this at 4.25. And then I've got a piece of white for the inside. And this is, oopsie, basic white, 4 by 5.25. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here. I'm actually probably going to have, oopsie, more Christmas cards than I need this year because I forgot, like, as I'm making some every week like this, that's just adding more to my pile. But that's fine. I'll be ahead for next year. Okay, then I've got a layer of, again, Highland Heather. I made this tighter, like a smaller border. So this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I ran it through with the dotted circles folder. But you can see I didn't center it. I wanted it off to the side because I really wanted like the bigger arches of dots on the side. So I can put this down. Yikes, my glue wants to stick right in the grooves. All right, teeny tiny border that kind of disappears, but that's fine. I love a tone on tone. Oh, look, because when I didn't get it quite right, it really kind of blends in. Oh, can I pull that up? Probably. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Thank God this was embossed and it didn't want to stick right away. Because that usually doesn't happen. All right, I didn't like where that landed for sure. It's like it's shorter than it is wider. Or I just got that badly placed because that looks pretty good this way. Okay, come on. It's not that hard. All right. Fold that over and give it a burnish this way. Although I don't want to like smash it flat. I don't want to flatten all my good embossing. All right, so there's our card base. Then I cut this out of silver foil. I cut like the star ornament out of it. And then I cut out of Gorgeous Grape the curly ornament. Now, this is what I want to show you. See how I've got like all 3 of these bits cut out? So this we're going to do like inlaid design. So I went and cut out of silver foil the same shapes. And I just did a whole bunch. So let's look at these dies. What I did, I took this one and I took this. Now you have 2 of these dies. I can get this up to cut these little diamond shapes out. You only need 1 really for this. So when I set this up on my paper, let's just do it like this. I had it on my scrap and then I put this down so that this one is kind of like in the center, right? So I put it off like this to the side. Eyeball to get this diamond like up and down in the center. So what you get is this cut. All right. Well, then pop these out. Take this die and line up this with the die that you already cut out. and make sure you line it up on the back so everything, is straight, and then run that through again. And then you get the 3 cut out. So I think that's cool, right? So you can get, I like a 3 across, not just 2. So anyway, I thought that was a neat tip to use that. And of course you could do, oh, my eyeball's itching. You could do it with the bigger circle, which this is what I was measuring, this giant circle. This is about 2 7/8 inch wide. So just to let you know, from cut side to cut side, yep, almost, yeah, 2 7/8. So just so you have that info. So cut that out, and then I cut the same little triangles out of silver foil, and I'm just going to put these on the back, and then I have to tape it or add a piece of cardstock to, like keep those in place. And actually, I think I'm just going to take a piece of this cardstock since it's right here. So let me just put little dots right here. And again, oops, I moved that. Dang it. You want to keep these properly in their spaces. All right, let's hope that's not jacked up. Because we want to keep these lined up. All right, I'm just going to put it right there. Cover that up. You could use just a piece of tape. All right, that one was not perfect, but now it is. Okay, so whew, we have that. Love it. I feel like I got to get some more glue down here. Now you could take this and run this whole bit through with a different embossing folder, and we've done that before. It's called inlaid embossing. But for now, I'm going to leave it plain. But I love that. You can do this, any different color. So you could have a white ornament and like bright colored diamonds or whatever these things are. So I like it. So while I was at it, I cut a bunch of these bits, like for the top of an ornament. And so I'm just going to glue that on there. And I am covering up the top of that, but that's okay. So this is kind of like those old-timey glass ornaments. And I'm saving all these extra bits that I cut out because I don't know what I'm going to do with them. So I've got that there. Ooh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And we're going to glue this down first. So yeah, if you would emboss this one, that would look really cool. All right, I kind of want this up a little bit. Now I've got some silver cord that is old, but look how much I have, like a ton. So use whatever silver baker's twine you have, silver cord, whatever. All right, I'm gonna hold this down, and actually let me get a sip of water. Yeah, you could just slip a piece of silver behind it, Karen, for sure. But then you could definitely see, actually you could do that and like raise the purple part up, the ornament part. That would look neat too. But I liked how the inlaid, it like fits perfectly in there like puzzle pieces. That's what I like about that. But yeah, you could just put a whole piece of silver behind it. Like just take this one. Yep. Same, same. All right. So then I want to pop this one up. I think the difference would be like if you really wanted to do every color different. I just like putting it in there like a puzzle. All right, I want to put this one. Ooh, I really like the gorgeous grape. Now for the silver cord, I was just gonna tie like a bow. not make like a string, you know, like it was hanging on something. But you could do whatever you want. All right, please cooperate. Some of the cords that we've had over the years have been easier to tie than others. All right. Oh, and you know what? I just remembered today is Virginia's birthday. If she happens to pop on, everybody say happy birthday, Virginia Johnson. Okay, and then we'll do a little glue dot to put this on. And I'm just going to put that right there. If I can get the top piece off. Oop. All right. Oh, I like it. I like it, like it, like it. Okay, now, greeting. I wanted, let's look at our black and white ones, because I just wanted a little something over here. And then I've got plenty of purple, fine purple shimmer gems. I remember when these first came out, I thought they were going to run out. Purple fine shimmer gems. So, of course, I got like 3 packs, and I haven't used them. All right, so we can do either a happy Christmas, and this is the greetings for all. Yeah, I'm not going to mix this one because this is gold. I don't want to do gold and silver, but I've got happy Christmas. I thought there was another Christmas one. Oh, I don't want the black and white. Am I looking at it right in the oh, this one, Merry Christmas. That's too big. All right, so we're going to do happy Christmas. And, oh, I like that. So I could ink blend, but I'm just going to put, pop this up. I like it. It looks a little bit cleaner, just keeping it black and white. So that's what we're going to do for that one. And put a little bit of glue here. So if you wanted to do this ornament in, you know, black and gold, then you could use some of the designer paper instead of this embossed background. Ooh, I love that. Okay. These away. I think some of these ephemera kits, the words were out of stock for a while, and they may be back in. Again, you know, when stuff goes out of stock, use that email feature so that you get an email when it's back. All right, let's do a whole bunch of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's start with there. And these are 2 different colors, but that doesn't matter. We're going to use all of them. There's actually 3 different colors in the packs, but this is where I am. Oh, funny. It stuck to my finger. Okay, did it get down? Yep. Jeez. All right, let's do one there. And then a little one here. I do like it. I feel like I want one more there. And then I'll need one there. Let's do a big dark purple one here. And then a smaller, where'd that go? Right there. I love the purple. So any non-traditional colors, I love them. So that's our first one. And yeah, if this part is too plain for you, just give it an embossed, like put the whole thing through an embossing folder, this ornament itself. All right, so that's that. The second thing I want to share with you is how to make like an ornament or a something you can hang off of a gift bag or something. So taking the same shape that I die cut, you want to get as many, and this one's crooked, cut, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll see if I need to use this one because you see how this is crooked. I tried to cut it across and keep the lines horizontal. So you can do this with cardstock or designer paper. This designer paper, I prefer this because it's thinner. So I want to just roll and fold this in right on a straight line. All right. Or as straight as you can get it. Now this does go down to a point at the bottom, so that's a little bit tricky. But we're gonna be fine. So as many as you can get. What did I say? I have 8. It would probably be better with at least 10, but the more of these die cuts you have, we're gonna fold them together and then glue them together. The more you have, the fuller your ornament will be. All right, so I started one with just circles, because you can do this with a circle punch too. And I think I had 10 here. And I mean, that's pretty full, but it could be fuller if you had more. So we're gonna fold all these. Now, if you wanted to do an alternating, like that's what I did with this one, was alternate the patterns, you could do that. But I wanted these to just all be the same. So the trick is just gently folding these. You could get your scoreboard out and, you know, you'd have to make sure you're on the center line. With these, it's just as easy to take your time and fold them by hand. Folding, if these were cardstock, I believe you would not be able to fold by hand, because cardstock and being this small, it just doesn't want to bend nicely. So you would definitely have to use your scoreboard. But yeah, this and this foil paper, it is good to work with. All right, now I can tell some of these I'm not getting them perfectly at the bottom, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. Hey, Peggy. So we only did one card so far. Now we're making an ornament. All right, folding these. And I just took 2 strips of this designer paper and die cut what I could out of them. I think I did like 3-inch strips. But if you had a punch, that definitely goes quicker. I think this would be neat with one of these dies too, one of these shapes. This one I'm thinking, that might be really neat. Just something different, you know, but give it a try with circles first just to get the feel for it. All right. Got those. So now we're just going to take and glue them together. And just be careful, try to line these up evenly the best you can. And it helps to keep it flat, like so all the sides match. All right, so there's one. So we see where we're going with this, right? We're just gonna build it up and build it up. And then we're gonna attach some gold baker's twine that I have. And then just for giggles, I thought, I wonder if I can get some beads on the end of this. So I pulled out my bead box, because I took a class at Joann's years ago on jewelry making, and I made like a pair of earrings and a bracelet. And then I proceeded to buy a whole bunch of jewelry making stuff, because that's what a nut job I am. I have to have all the things, whether I ever use them again or not. But now it might come in handy. All right, so some of my folding is getting wonky, but it's gonna be fine. So yeah, this can be a straight up ornament, or like I said, like a dangle off of a gift package or something. Maybe just a little something to hang at work. All right, so gluing these together. You need projects with wiggle room. All right, so That's looking nice. I got 3 more. Yeah, more of these panels would be better. So what did I say? I had 8. I might try something with 20. Like if you're gonna increase it, don't mess around. Because that's only gonna make it fuller, right? Tell you, thank goodness for art glitter glue, because if we had to sit here and wait for all these to dry with the Tombow glue, that would get on my nerves. All right. Okay, smash, smash. Get rid of all these bits. So now, look, this should, hopefully they're not sticking together, but we should have, oh, they did at the top. Because I had too much glue. Oy. All right, so this one, it's not perfect. Nothing ever is, but that's fine. But so that's a good size ornament. All right, I'll just have to cover that up. You know what I'll do is I'll take my Zig painty pen and just cover that rip up, like draw it. So the thing about our cord, we want to have something before we close that all up. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna eyeball, and I want, so this is the top. Let's just cut this much because I have a ton. And let's tie it off about here. Okay, so we've got that as a loop. Yep, okay. So what I want to do is put glue all in this track. Okay. And then I'm going to lay this right on top. And then we want to glue these last 2 panels together. And that should keep that nice. Okay, so glue. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. And let's bury that ribbon in there. I love it. All right, let's try to, let me just smash it from like all the sides. So it's like smashing this in here. Nice. Love it, love it, love it. Now the reason I tied a knot at the top, and actually, can I pull that down a little? There we go. Just because I wanted it to be nice at the top. So I could just leave it like this with the tassels, but here's what I was thinking. Can I get a couple little beads on here? Oh yeah, you could keep it flat and mail it, Peggy. Yep, if you don't put any beads on the bottom here. Yeah, you could have it flat like that and mail it. But here's what I'm thinking. A, this could go on a tiny tree. B, you could just hang it on an album or like a dangle or from your gift bag handle. All right, so stringing beads. I've got these, I think these are dental floss things or something, although I don't know how they would actually work. But I use them as needle threaders. And I've had these forever. So I've got some interesting gold ones. That might be big. Let's try this. So I just want to see. Nope, I do need it. Because, of course, the end of my gold is fraying. All right, so that's that. Ooh, all right. And I'm going to have to do a couple of, I'm gonna have to do different ones on both sides, but we'll just worry about one. All right, where's the hole? Some of these tiny ones are just too tiny. All right, there we go. Jeez. So this is gonna take a little bit of patience if you want the beads. So another thing is people make paper beads sometimes. That's neat. I'm gonna try for a round one. I can't really tell what I'm grabbing out of here. Okay, there's that. So you'll just add different beads. Ooh, let's do this one. This is kind of like got faceted on it. Faceted sides. All right. And add this. And I'm not going to get too crazy with this. I might add another gold one, because then I have to tie it off. But, you see that? How that's going? I like it. All right, let's do, what do I have down here? These little things. Yeah, this is when Joanne's was still having classes. And they would give you a coupon every time you took a class so you could buy all the supplies and feel like you were saving something, even though they gotcha for all the things. I feel like I want another black one. One of these bigger ones. But I liked the Joanne's classes when they had them. I keep hoping to see something like for Michael's classes, but I only ever see online stuff. Ooh, I like that. I really like it. Now, could I have put both of these cords through? Maybe. But I'm not going to bother with it now. So I'm just going to try to tie this off as close as I can. I know there are little like crimping beads. Is that what these things are even? It's been so long. I'm just going to tie it in a knot. And I might have to do another knot like to make it stay. Oh, that didn't work. I'm trying to get that knot tied close to the bead. Snip those ends. This baker's twine is really fraying. All right, let's try it again. All right, I might have to live with that. I like it though. All right. So I'm digging that. I might have another one here, or really, I could cut this one off and not deal with, and just have that single, because that's really all I wanted. I love that. So just from the ornament dies, how cool would that be? Like with green papers and the trees, like the trees dies. Sue, okay, Sue, coming over and you're gonna make Christmas beads. And Gail, you probably have a ton of beads. I love this. And just really cute. Like hang it off a gift bag. That's gonna be interesting to try to get a picture of, like for my blog, but I'm gonna get something. So anyway, I thought that idea was a good one. Let me put this back. And you could also decorate. So the panels, if these weren't like tarted up enough for you, you could add some rhinestones, gold, something. So Penny, you need a shoelace and huge wood beads. Penny always comes up with the best ideas. Or Velcro. All right. So next card. So I said I only had three things tonight. Um because I've been using this some for my weekly Christmas cards. So anyway, I love this lemon lime twist. And I wasn't sure about putting it with gold, but I like it. So I die cut actually more than I need. So I want that one, and then I'm gonna cut I'm gonna stamp something and die cut, like hand cut it. So this, we're gonna do a faux center step card. So this piece, lemon lime twist, this is 4¼ by 9, and I scored it at 1¼ and then I flipped it over 2½, flip it again, and 5¾ and that's because I like to fold it, like when I make the groove with my score, I like to fold it in. And this, we need it like accordion, like that. So 4¼ 2½, and 5¾ and that's gonna sit up like that. Then we've got this center step, and this is gonna keep our card from like falling apart. This is 3 by 11, and I scored it in half at 5½. So again, lemon lime twist, and I got glue all over my fingers. Now before we attach those, I want to add, we've got 2 pieces of the designer paper. So these all came from the modern Christmas paper. So if you had, you know, something else, go for it. But I do like the black and white. So this one is 3 by 4. And that seems a little bit weird. Okay. Like the borders. So 3 by 4. And you want to put this down first. And then for this front flap, this is 1 by 4. So remember, this is 1¼ by 4¼ So I just did a 1/4 inch down. So 1 by 4. Okay. I love it. Then on this panel, we can go ahead and glue this on. I was thinking of maybe doing some ink blending on this, but I'm just going to leave it. I changed my mind on that. So this piece of designer paper is 2¾ by 5¼ and that's going to go on the front, or what's going to be the front. And then on the back, so that you can have a place to write on, we're just going to add the same size basic white. So 2¾ by 5¼ I would like this in like a pink too, for sure. Ooh, love it. Love, love, love. Okay, so now what we want to do is glue this flap to the front of this. So squeeze it all together. Get everything down to the bottom so it's all even along here. And I'm just eyeballing for the middle. And I think that's good. So I'm gonna lay it all down and then just flip this up, keeping all this in place. Glue, fold down. Love it. And now this part we can just glue all down here to keep that shut. Fold, and there we go. Now, if you wanted to stamp, you know, like one of the trees, go for it. I would do that before you attach it. But so there's our, like a side view of our faux center step card. I love it. And this fits in an envelope like that. So it's 5½ tall by 4¼ wide. Love it. All right, now for these pieces. So we want to do some stamping. And we're going to use this one. Actually, I'm going to bring in some berry burst on this. So I want lemon lime twist, and then I also want granny apple green because I like those together. And either berry burst or melon mambo. Let's do melon mambo. That might be a little bit brighter. Okay. So I want a block. And all right, first we're going to take these. I guess it's supposed to be tinsel or something, but we're going to use it like this. I'm just going to stamp from the bottom and work my way up. Because again, this is kind of like modern. Ooh, I like that. So it covers the whole thing. Love, love, love. All right, now for the green trees, we're going to take this tree and I actually want to do the granny apple green. No, let's do tone on tone. So lemon lime twist. I was undecided on that part. All right, so lemon lime twist on lemon lime cardstock. And I'm just trying to pay attention so that like the bottom of the tree ended up in the bottom of the tree. Ooh, I like that. I feel like it could be a little bit darker though. Let's try it. This is my original lemon lime twist ink pad from when it started out as an ink color. So that is not much better. I think I have to re-ink that, but anyway, let's leave it. So then I want to take the other tree and we will stamp that in Granny Apple and hand cut it. So you could stamp this in black if you want and color it with Granny Apple. And actually, let's try that. Why not? Because we do have black in our in the designer paper. All right. Not enough room for all of the things. Okay. Now this is just regular basic white cardstock. It's not thick. It's not shimmery white that I'm still sad that they got rid of. Yeah, this will be fine. We'll stamp it in black. Color it. And, you know, it's my favorite Catherine Pooler Midnight ink. Only good for rubber stamps, though, not for the photopolymer. As Gail still cusses me for, she ruined some of her photopolymers. Okay. Like that. You know what? I can color this while, well, no, I can cut it out while it's drying. Because I do want to color this. And then we're going to add a greeting from, we're going to go with one of these gold ones because to tie in with the gold of the paper. But we'll pick that out. So none of the dies cut this out with all the grooves. So see how it's only got, you know, like these two. I guess it would be good enough, but I'm just going to cut it, hand cut it. Because I want to get it closer and all up in all the grooves. And it only takes me a minute. I hand cut 4 of these last week for my Sunday night cards, and I was kind of panicked, like, with the time. But I got it done. All right, so let's get in here. So we'll color this one with Granny Apple. And then like just some random brown, whatever I can grab for the tree stump. See, easy, easy. All right. Granny Apple, got it. Granny Apple, nice. Okay, so let's do the rounded end. And I just put this like at the bottoms of the leaves. And then some throughout, like random here, just because we want it to show a difference. Like that's the whole point of having shading, right? Light and dark. But doesn't have to be perfect. All right, and then we'll go over, oh, actually I want the brush tip for this one, because then I'll cover the whole thing. I like it. All right, let's go a little bit more. All right, I like that. And then, like I said, whatever brown I can reach. Dark pecan pie. And I'm not doing 2 colors on this for the stump, just 1. Okay. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so we've got our, so I want to build these. I want to leave some of the gold showing, right? That would have been nice, but at least it'll be over here. So let's do this and that. And then I kind of want that one, like, let's play around with this. Okay, I like that. So we'll do this one flat. That was about there, right? And then we'll pop up the others, and then we'll add our greeting and some gems. So this will go here. And let's do this right down the side. I could probably do 4 of these. That's about it though, as far as like mass making. All right, I like that. Ooh, yeah. And then we've got this one front and center, and I want it up even a little bit more. And we'll have our dimensionals down this side. And we'll add a greeting and find some gold gems. Let's put a little bit of glue right here, because I think that's going to overlap with that tree. Yeah. Okay. And I like it. I like it, like it. All right, now the greeting, I kind of want something small. 'Tis the season. And these are adhesive, so there's like stickers on the back. Ooh, how about that little joy? Or Merry and Bright. Oh, for cute. Let's go with the joy, because then I can put that like right there. Or right there. Nope. I guess I'm not going to worry about covering up that star, because there's gold in joy. Yeah, let's put that right there. And then find some gems and bring in the shimmer brush. All right, I have to hold this up so I could try to, oh good, can still see it. Okay, nice. So I really like that these are adhesive and they stick really well. Okay, let's put these away and grab my shimmer brush, and I'm just gonna go all over this tree. Ooh, so cute. I love it. All right, and the gold, I should have some of those. So I can go with these, which are clear, but I've also got those ones that are like floral accents or something. Those are really gold. I like these better. Okay. It's decided. Because I can put some of these on like ornaments on the tree. Thanks, Anna. I have missed it all, you guys. My bad. So the good thing is I can go back through StreamYard and read this, read all your stuff when I'm done, but I can't comment on it for sure. Like, and that's too bad. I can't even comment if I'm to watch it. If I watch it on YouTube later with the comments on, I can see everybody's live comments, but I still can't respond to them. All right, let's go with this, and we'll put one here. Let's do a big one. Oh, my question for Sue is, are we going to see you tomorrow? All right. Oh, I like that. I want some more here, though. All right, let's do a big one and a little one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's do 6, 7. We'll do another big one and another little one. And this glue is too much glue. All right, let's get this off of here. Okay, I love it though. So this kind of got lost, the Melon Mambo, but I wanted the 3 colors in there. I wanted the 2 shades of green and then a pink. But you could certainly make that just a different shade of green entirely. Or gold emboss. But how cute. And I don't feel like that's going to be too bulky to mail. Even with all these bits on it, I think it's going to be within the weight limit. And I don't think it's going to be extra. So, oh, Sandy's here. Hey, Sandy. Okay, so that is the last one for tonight. So again, we've got our faux center step card. Love that. We've got our paper ornament that is die cut with the ornament shape, and I added those beads. Love that. Love it, love it. And then my non-traditional purple and silver. I like that. So, I hope you like these ideas for the Ornamental Christmas. As I'm like looking down, I'm like, what am I talking about? Ornamental Christmas. Yeah. And I'm probably going to use this again for one of my weeklies for my 12 weeks of Christmas. Just because I don't think I've used the black and white paper. I can't remember. Oh, I used that last week. Oh, yeah. That's what I want to tell you. So last week when I made these cards, I used the Stampin' Blend, the Pretty in Pink Stampin' Blend, because this was black and white. And what I did was ran it around the edges first, obviously not mounted on the card. And then I just took the brush in and went like back and forth all over the whole thing, like really quickly. But it's so pretty. So anyway, so yeah, thanks for hanging out, you guys. And I will have an email out this week with this link again for my Wreaths Across America. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks, Gail, Karen, Anna, awesome, Jamie Gibbs. So yeah, pictures and blog measurements that will be up by Sunday, and then next week we will start with the Keeping Traditions Christmas scrapbook. Now, my idea. A lot of people like to make December dailies, and so it's like you take a picture and do something like for all the days. Like, that's not me. So I'm not intending it to be a December daily, but you can have it that way if you want. There are number stickers in the scrapbooking workshop kit, but they only go up to 25. So I don't know if December dailies only go through Christmas or is it like for the whole month of December. I haven't really looked at it that hard because I've never had any intention, because I know myself. The only thing I'm doing on a daily basis is brushing my teeth. So I know I can't commit to doing that. Like for me, the 12 weeks of Christmas with the cards was like about it. Like that's all I could commit to. Um, but I am looking forward to making this album because I've got lots of ideas for extra pages and like different things, like different ways we can use, flips and um, just interactive things, like lots of ideas. So, oh, and we're going to be using some of the what are those? The plastic photo mats that we flip up. I can't remember the name of them now, but there's you put photos in them. We got them for create from Close to My Heart. Anywho, that's gonna start next week, and we'll just get through like as much as we can. And maybe I'll go an hour and 20 minutes. I don't know, and then cut it off, and then I'll come back next Sunday probably before Gales, and we'll get as far along as we can because I really think it's gonna take it's going to be at least two. It might be three sessions. Like, we'll see. So, yeah, Penny, you enjoy your trip. And thanks for hanging out, you guys. And I'll see you later.